Are Olympic white elephant venues still a risk? Imagine hosting a big event that costs a lot of money but leaves behind empty, unused buildings. That's what a white elephant venue is in the Olympic world. For years, cities worried about building huge, expensive facilities that would become costly burdens after the Games. These venues often sit unused, falling apart, and draining local resources. The idea of a white elephant comes from old stories about Thai kings giving rare animals that were hard to care for, which became more of a problem than a gift. In the past, Olympic venues like those in Athens in 2000 or Rio de Janeiro in 2016 became symbols of waste. Many of the sports facilities and stadiums were abandoned or fell into disrepair shortly after the events ended. This created a big question about whether hosting the Olympics was worth the cost. Cities spent billions on building these venues, but not enough thought was given to what would happen afterward. But things are changing. Recent host cities like London in 2012 took steps to avoid this trap. They built fewer new permanent venues and used existing facilities whenever possible. They also designed temporary structures that could be dismantled or repurposed easily. For example, the London Aquatic Centre was built with movable floors and seats that could be taken out or changed to suit community needs. The Olympic Stadium was turned into a multi-sport arena, and the entire Olympic Park became part of the city's long-term plans. This approach helps make sure venues stay useful long after the Games are over. If local demand for sports or events is low, cities can still find ways to keep these facilities active. Sometimes, high-profile venues still attract tourists and events, but they might not always meet the needs of local residents. That's a challenge many cities face even with careful planning. The International Olympic Committee now asks cities to show detailed plans for how venues will be used after the Olympics. They want to see how the facilities will be funded, maintained, and integrated into the community. The Agenda 2020 reforms emphasize using existing or temporary venues to cut costs and reduce the risk of creating white elephants. Overall, the risk of building unused, costly venues is still there, but it's much less likely now. Cities are more aware of the problem and are planning better to avoid it. They focus on creating venues that will serve their communities for years to come, not just for a few weeks of the Olympics. So while the risk isn't gone completely, it's now a key part of how host cities plan and prepare for the Games.